Hello, beautifuls. I'm back with another channeled message slash tarot reading. You know what to do. If this resonates with you, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that great stuff if you really feel like you want to. Today, something extremely real is landing in the material for the true line. And it is exactly why the field right now feels so chaotic, volatile, heavy. Maybe you're feeling compression, maybe you're getting like a headache or some form of pressure around you. That distortion is not random. It is trying to push the True Line Collective off their baseline at the exact point where timing, support, and material movement are beginning to come into form. And don't worry about the noise. If you can hear the grinding, the people screaming outside, that's just something that's happening at the moment. So don't mind that. It's just people doing people things. Anyway, one side of the pressure says cut it off too soon, reject it, distrust it, shut it down before it cannot root. The other side says take it now, rush, accept it quickly in urgency. Move before you can properly read it. But both of those are distortions over the same exact line. The true line is neither premature rejection or rushed acceptance. The true line is discernment under pressure. The true line is holding center while something real comes into view. What is landing right now is not meant to be decided through fear, volatility, or destabilization. It is meant to be read through inner knowing, held strength, and clear recognition of what is actually ripe. The collective of the true line is being asked to stay steady enough to tell the difference between a false push and a true opening. Because real support, real movement, and real material change are part of this line. The distortion only gets louder when something genuine is close enough to matter. So that's what's coming through today. This energy has either landed in your space already or it is about to. The energy that was coming through is that the true line is pretty in sync. So those who are on the true line will be experiencing the same things in like a synchronistic kind of way. I am going to dive into a reading just to see what comes through here. So this energy is a recognition through like a structured kind of place. So the Hierophant and the Six of Wands came out. So this is a recognition of the true line through structure, which is interesting. You're probably going to see that this structure could be very similar to other structures that maybe did you wrong or have tried to covertly manipulate or do something. So this would be where discernment comes in. The Hierophant is like official structure. So this is like an organization, some form of structure that's coming in, and it is bringing recognition with it. It's recognizing you and what you hold and the line that you're on. So it is coming in through that. It's going to feel like an old friend, but at the same time, it's not. This is not someone that you've ever met before. So we have the Six of Cups, which is interesting. So what I'm gathering from this card is that the reading I did like last week, where the truth is coming back from the past in the form of justice, this is ultimately what is happening here. So this seems like it is coming from an institution of some sort. Whatever it is for you is whatever it is for you. Specifically, it may not be exactly what you hope or think it's going to be, but this is definitely a supportive kind of structure that's coming in to pull you out of a certain place. That's what I'm getting from it. It's going to feel like an old friend, which is interesting because this card normally comes out and it represents like an old system. But this is not like an old system. This is quite new. I'm gathering that this is like a newer kind of like structural system that has been created, and it's probably one of the newer ones, if that makes sense, in the sense of like how timing works. And then we have the Three of Swords in reversed. So this one here is really interesting. It's giving me the sense of the pain is being projected onto you. So this could be what's coming through as in like grief. It could bring old emotional or old feelings of something from the past coming in. So it could be wrapped in something, or it could look a certain way. But that's ultimately the field trying to disrupt your inner knowing. And it's trying to throw you into this place where you obviously falsely reject or agree to this super quickly. So holding your baseline is what's going to be the best possible option here. So ask questions, do what you need to do. If you don't want to agree to something straight away, just ask if you can have a few days, see how the situation, are they trying to rush you? Is there a sense of urgency? Is there a sense of if you don't do this now, then there's no option for it later on? That kind of stuff. So what I'm gathering is that's like the projection of the field before it happens. So it's going to try to make you feel like you are wrong for this, or you're making the wrong decision, or like it's going to try its best to project a lot of pain onto you, and it's going to try to use past mechanisms. And this can use other people, right? Like it can come through interactions. So don't jump the gun as soon as something happens, because a source aligned opportunity can come through a person or a structure that may not be like fully aligned with you, but it holds something that will hold you. It's something that I've been looking into a lot lately, is like, how does that work? And source can actually arrange something like that. And it doesn't mean like the outer shell, like the person that you deal with first, or someone that comes in, they could hold traits of systemic control. But this could come through in like a prior kind of meeting this person. So once you meet this person, or have a face to face, it's going to be completely different. Like it's going to show you that this interaction that happened beforehand will in turn kind of like make it look off. So it's like the field essentially is trying to manipulate anyone that's part of this process for you, because it doesn't want you to move into this section of your journey, because then it, like, the false field no longer has any control over your path. So yes, there is a true line opportunity, and it could arrive through what would look like distortion, but it's actually truly not. Underneath, the distortion is not really there. So we have temperance in reverse, so that would be what we're kind of looking at here. The field is trying to project that your inner knowing is off and that you need to pull back. So it's basically telling you like you're so unbalanced, like you're unrested, your inner knowing is just so off that like you should pull back from this opportunity and basically like shut it down. So it's interesting, it's going to try both sides. So that's why you need to kind of like center yourself in the middle and not allow yourself to be pulled either side. Stay the true line in the middle, and things will come through the way they're meant to, because this is a justice that is returning. This was meant to happen a long while ago, and it has been delayed for a long time. So we have the devil coming out, and the Three of Wands in reversed. Yeah, so this structure, the bind structure that you are basically being extracted from, is trying to project over this whole situation that there is no growth, there is no movement forward in the situation that's been offered to you. That is the part of this that is incorrect. So 2 cards wanted to come out. So we do have the 10 of Pentacles and the World. The World in reversed, which is interesting. The way I read is that the projection is trying to tell you that there is no completion, There is nothing good happening. You are not going to move forward. Like, it's saying that something's incomplete and it never will be. But that's the projection of the devil here. It's trying to project this like no movement forward. But then we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. There's no like legacy for you. There is no build for you. There is nothing. But this is a projection, just like if we look at these cards here, right? The devil came out, which is that bind structure. Something that's hidden. The high priestess came out just before that. So this is like hidden structure here. The bind, it's no longer hidden. It is trying to project this incomplete, poor, non-expansive kind of like overlay over the situation, but the true line is actually moving into real material movement, and it's coming into form. So this manifestation is taking place. Like, it's not just like in the early stages anymore. This is realistic. And like I've said before, it's been sat over for so long at this point that the ledger is due, so there is no real option for the field but to allow this to come through. The bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Wands. The top of the deck, we have the Ten of Swords in reversed. So the false field is saying that the end has not happened, and you are still needing to end something or experiencing the end of something. Like the whole bind system is not dead, but it is. So I think I've explained to many people how I read, but essentially if a reversal comes out, it means there is a projection overlay from the false field, which I call the mimic. You can call it whatever you want to call it. The false field, false matrix, the bind, the trap. So if you flip it up this way, it says it's over. Like, this is dead. Like, this bind is dead. And ultimately that's the sense of the Four of Wands here. So you're actually moving into this new space. This could actually be to do with moving to a new space, a new home space. This could be an offer of some sort of a house or a relocation in some form of way. So this is ultimately what I'm getting from this. It's like a celebration, a return to what's truly yours. And that's what's coming through. So that's the reading. I would just say that keep your baseline. Don't allow the projection or the feelings or the things that are swirling around, like if you've got a headache or whatever, just be contained. Don't leak your energy out too much. So this will probably be my only video for this week, unless there was something that actually needs to come through. And at this point, like urgent messages, I'm not pushing those because urgency is not of source. And the truth still stays intact even if I don't post it right at the second that it comes through, if it feels urgent. So I'm going to be in a little bit of containment this week, like I have been in the last week or so. And I want to say actively there is something happening in my situation as well. So this is a little bit like on how I kind of figured that this is happening as well, because the true line is in the synchronistic kind of like situation. So these situations and material movement will be happening for all of us at the same similar time, due to us holding the true line and moving forward into non-distortion. So if you resonate, let me know, and I'll see you in another message whenever that needs to come through in the right timing. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.